We're built to move drugs, not guns.
A gun deal upstate tonight. Guns?
Maybe you need to reevaluate your relationship with your family.
This cop is on my ass. He'll do anything to frame me.
Detective Whitman, she sent me here to lie to you.
After episode 3 laid the foundation for the rest of the season, the land of opportunity seems like an opportunity for Tariq and the rest of the crew to make some serious cash while business is booming, because after all, that's what the land of opportunity is. So what's the issue? The issue is that they're about to enter a territory which we never even saw Ghost and Tommy enter, transporting weapons. Transporting weapons is a complete different ballgame compared to moving weight. So for the first time, we've learned something new about Mecca. He wasn't just someone who was transporting drugs, he was someone who also transported weapons for Obi and Noma, and Obi will expect the same of Tariq, Brayden, Effie, Kane, as well as Dru, who's joined this latest meeting. So how do they go about transporting weapons? Because that's not something you can shift at Stansfield, nor is it something you can put under coffee cups in Wall Street. Now we're also going to see Blanca Rodriguez catching a tip on the gun deal, but who gave her this lead? While Detective Whitman continues to stalk Monet. And what on earth is Diana doing? Is she really about to snitch on her own mom Monet to Detective Whitman? Something I think we need to be mindful of. Power do love to manipulate these trailers. And so in this video, I'm going to look at two perspectives. How and why Diana could be snitching and how Salima is having a growing influence. But how she might be doing the complete opposite and playing Detective Whitman to protect her family in Power Book 2 Ghost Season 3. Now the title of episode 4 is The Land of Opportunity, and the synopsis reads: the Tejadas and Davis discuss how to handle Whitman. Dru sets up a risky deal with the help of a family friend. The RICO team gets a lead. Diana is encouraged to break ties with her family. Now, what do they mean by the land of opportunity? It's the belief that America can provide unlimited opportunities for everybody to achieve success, regardless of their background or social status. Everybody has an equal opportunity to achieve whatever they desire through hard work, determination, and willingness to take risks. In other words, it offers opportunities for growth, money, and success. And so in the drug game, it means power, powder, and respect. But Tariq St. Patrick, he wants more, and you could tell when he met RSJ. RSJ definitely opened his mind up to what can be achieved.
Just make sure you're using them as much as they're using you.
I got to meet RSJ, right?
That's right. What's your name?
I'm Tariq St. Patrick.
I think Tariq definitely looks up to RSJ, and he likes what he sees. And I think RSJ does as well. And he knows in the land of opportunity, you have to use people as much as they use him. But just as the crew start to settle in their rhythm and start to put an infrastructure in place, in the streets, with the Ivy Leagues and Wall Street, Obi's gonna hit them with a bombshell. Mecca also used to transport weapons, and so Tariq and the rest of the crew are gonna have to move guns. But as he says in the trailer, they're built to move drugs and not guns. And compared to episode 3 where Tariq said Tasha was the mastermind behind everything, which I did disagree with, this is something I definitely do agree with. Tariq and the rest of the crew aren't built to move guns. So this is going to require a lot more strategic planning, but that's not Obi's problem. In episode 1, they said that they could replace Mecca, and that's what Noma and Obi expect them to do, whether it be drugs or guns, otherwise Obi will kill Diana. So just like if they don't meet Noma's quota with the drugs, if they don't move the guns, then I'm sure Obi will have no problem in pulling the trigger on Diana, and next on the list seems to be Brayden's parents, and then Grandma Estelle. So Tariq and the rest of the crew really have no choice. Now it seems like this exchange is going to turn left pretty quick, and Lorenzo and the rest of the crew are going to find themselves in a fierce shootout, which is something we did see in the official trailer. But who's at this gun trade? Let's wait and see. Because in the official season trailer, we did see Tariq and Brayden in a shootout. Whether that's in episode 4, who knows, but shit is about to get real, especially for Lorenzo. Lorenzo really is closing in on the finishing line, and it really is only a matter of time before we see his death. But the question is, who pulls the trigger? Although I don't think that's something we're going to see in episode 4. Now in episode 3, Tariq made reference not just to Tasha being the mastermind, but also how he can be better and smarter than Ghost. And although I do disagree, something Ghost and Tommy never had to do was move guns. So we're going to see something we've never seen before. We all know Tariq can create a sophisticated system to move weight through Course Correct and now in Wall Street, with the help of Brayden and Effie. So let's see how he tackles transporting guns. But law enforcement will be hot on their trail. Blanca Rodriguez seems like she's got a tip on the gun deal upstate, which is happening tonight. And I think Jenny's surprised as much as we are. At the end of the day, these guys are just kids, and I don't think any of us imagined they'd be moving guns. But one question I do have is, where did Blanca Rodriguez get the information that there was a gun deal happening? Who gave her this tip? Because it has to have come from somewhere, which is why I really do feel there is a big twist coming our way, with someone working undercover other than Cooper Saxe. We all know Jenny's CI is Cooper Saxe, but I'm not so sure this information has come from Saxe, because Jenny sounds surprised as much as we are. But whether or not we find out who gave her this tip, one person who we definitely can't trust is Salim.
I Googled your dad.
You did what?
I like you, Diana. And I want to know you more.
In the trailer for episode 4, we see Salim and Diana in bed together, and he tells Diana, maybe you want to reevaluate your relationship with your family. So he's going to encourage Diana to break ties with the Tejadas. But what kind of game is Salim playing? I think we're all on the same page in the sense, nobody trusts Salim, and neither does Kane. He was someone that Googled Diana's family. He knows about the history with Lorenzo and drugs, the manslaughter and him getting out on a technicality. But did he really, or is that something he knew already, working undercover? I go back to one of my earlier points where I said Professor Harper said she specifically chose this class, but the fact we have Diana, Effie, Tariq, as well as Salim in one class, and maybe even Becca Weston, definitely sounds a bit suspicious to me. So let's see what Salim's game is, because it can't be good. Now where Salim is telling Diana to break ties with the Tejadas, Monet comes to Stansfield to somewhat mend them. This is a relationship which is somewhat broken after the events of season 2, and I think we all get the sense Monet definitely throws some blame towards Diana for Zeke's death. And so Diana definitely feels on the outs in the early parts of season 3 when it comes to her family. She put together this memorial for Zeke in episode 1, but Monet didn't even acknowledge or look at her. But now Monet will need Diana more than ever before, because even though Detective Whitman has been put on desk duty, he ain't letting up. We see him Greg Knox style with his hood up outside the Tejadas, and she knows that she needs to make a play, which Whitman can't see coming, because she says Whitman will do anything that he can do to frame her. But frame her for what exactly? If we were to solely look at the evidence he has, he's not wrong about anything he said in episode 3.
This vehicle, taken on a cam right outside your bar, is registered to RICO Barnes. Same street. This truck is headed to your bar. Less than an hour later, it's leaving.
Monet did kill DC Joe. She also killed RICO, and she also killed the Croc contractor in season 2. The only one that's missing off the list is Mecca and the dead Guap. Information that she slipped upon, which is why Davis wanted to keep her mouth shut. He knew very well Monet wouldn't be able to hold back, and now she's in deep shit. So it seems like she's come for Diana for help, but instead of Diana helping, it seems like she's snitching on Monet, or at least that's what they want us to think. I wouldn't be surprised if this was a chess move from Monet, and Diana playing her position for the greater good. Because if Monet goes down, then so could Kane and the rest of them, and I don't think this relationship is that broken to the point Diana would snitch on her own family, not yet anyway. So I do think the trailer could be a bit misleading. On the other hand, if Diana really is snitching on Monet, then all I have to say is wow. But that's a breakdown of episode 4's trailer, and one where we're going to see the stakes raised that much more, with the crew now moving guns along with their weight. Law enforcement seem like they're closing in, but who gave Blanca Rodriguez this lead? But is Diana snitching, or is she actually playing the Uno reverse on Detective Whitman? Salim is a character who's also going to be getting closer to Diana, but he's a character who in my opinion could either be an informant or someone who knows OB and Noma, because he definitely has an ulterior motive. But drop all your thoughts down below on all things episode 4, and of course if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 2 Ghost and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.